Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The Big Brother 27 finale had barely cooled before the damage outside the house began to burn even hotter. Fans who were still celebrating the dramatic ending woke up to chaos across social media as Vince made a move no one expected, and everyone noticed. Within hours, every single photo of Kelsey vanished from his feed. No explanation, no caption, no warning. Just gone. The silence was loud, and the internet exploded. For weeks after the finale, fans believed the triangle between Vince, Kelsey, and Morgan might finally calm down. The reunion show showed forced smiles and tense answers, but still, many hoped the dust would settle. Instead, the storm only grew stronger. When fans refreshed Vince's account and saw that Kelsey no longer existed on it, the message felt clear even without words. Something had ended, and it did not end quietly. Kelsey was first to notice. She did not comment publicly at first, but her closest friends began posting subtle messages about betrayal and heartbreak. One story read, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them." Another said, "Healing sometimes means letting go without closure." Fans connected the dots instantly. The deletion felt personal. It felt final. While fans debated the meaning of Vince's silence, Morgan lit a match and threw it into the fire. During a late-night live stream, she shocked everyone by making a bold claim that sent shockwaves through the fandom. With a calm smile and steady voice, she said, "He is mine now, and I am done hiding." The words spread across every platform in seconds. Clips were shared, reactions poured in. The BB27 aftermath truly exploded in that moment. People could not believe the timing. Vince deletes Kelsey and Morgan claims him on the same night? To many, it felt coordinated, even if no one could prove it. Others believed it was coincidence driven by emotion. Kelsey still had not spoken directly, but her silence only made the tension feel heavier. Every post that followed was closely examined for signs and signals. Insiders soon began to leak details about what had really been happening behind the scenes since the finale. According to one close source, Vince and Kelsey tried to make it work in private. They met quietly, they talked late into the night, they even planned to attend a few events together, but the pressure became too much. Fans picked apart every glance and every like, trust became fragile, and jealousy grew. Morgan, on the other hand, never truly stepped away. Even when she publicly wished them well, she remained in contact with Vince. Their bond, forged through strategy battles and emotional moments in the house, never fully disappeared. What started as casual support slowly turned into something deeper. The line between friendship and something more became dangerously thin. The breaking point reportedly came after a private argument that turned public in the worst way. Kelsey was seen leaving a studio visibly shaken after a taping appearance with Vince. Hours later, the photos were gone. The message was sent without being spoken. It was over. Morgan's decision to speak that night shocked even those close to her. Some believed she should have waited. Others praised her for claiming her truth without fear. She did not apologize. She did not hesitate. She owned the moment with full confidence. In her words, she said she fought for him in the house, and now she was fighting for him in real life. She said she would not be silent anymore for anyone's comfort. Vince remained silent through it all. No statements, no stories, no replies. His followers watched as the numbers dropped and then surged again. Supporters defended him, critics attacked him, neutral fans simply begged for clarity. The silence only made the rumors grow louder. Kelsey finally broke days later with a message that stopped many fans in their tracks. She wrote that love learned under pressure does not always survive in real air. She said she gave her heart honestly and would walk away with dignity. She wished everyone peace, and then disappeared from online spaces for nearly 48 hours. The heartbreak in her words felt real and raw. During her absence, Morgan and Vince were seen together at a private party. Photos leaked from a guest phone and spread like wildfire. They were not kissed, but they were close. Too close for coincidence. The image confirmed what many already believed. The triangle had collapsed into a new reality. Fans divided instantly. One side accused Morgan of betrayal and calculated timing. Others accused Vince of emotional carelessness. Another group celebrated the new pairing and said chemistry does not lie. The fandom fractured just like the relationships on screen had once divided the house. Former house guests weighed in as well. Some offered support to Kelsey with gentle words about healing and self-worth. Others congratulated Morgan with cautious optimism. A few remained silent, choosing not to step into the fire.
The BB27 family felt torn in ways it had not since the season's most explosive eviction night. Behind the drama were real emotions and real consequences. Kelsey reportedly took time away from scheduled appearances and brand events. Morgan increased her public profile and leaned into the attention. Vince stayed quiet, but insiders said he was struggling under the weight of public judgment. Every movement he made was watched and judged. What made the situation even more intense was how fans tied it back to moments inside the house. People rewatched old confessionals and late-night conversations. They analyzed glances and tension that once seemed harmless. What was once game now felt like foreshadowing. The story was being rewritten in hindsight with every new detail. Some fans believed Vince always loved Morgan. Others believed he genuinely tried with Kelsey but was pulled back by unresolved feelings. The truth likely lives somewhere between those extremes, but only the three of them truly knew it. Weeks later, the drama still had not fully settled. Kelsey returned briefly to social media with a quiet post of a sunrise and the words, "New chapter." Morgan and Vince appeared together at a charity event holding hands for the first time in public. There was no announcement, no label, just a visual confirmation that the aftermath had created something new. Interviews followed. Morgan spoke about choosing happiness even when it makes others uncomfortable. She said she did not steal anyone, and love is not owned. Vince finally spoke in a short statement saying he made mistakes and learned hard lessons, but he would not apologize for following his heart. The words divided fans yet again. Kelsey chose not to respond. Her silence felt stronger than any statement. Support for her continued to pour in from fans around the world. Many saw her as the one who walked away with grace rather than spectacle. Others believed she was avoiding the pain by staying quiet. Either way, her strength was widely acknowledged. The BB27 aftermath became one of the most talked about postseason stories in years. It was no longer about the game. It was about real relationships tested under public pressure. It was about choices made without scripts. It was about how quickly love can shift when millions are watching. What began as strategy and survival became heartbreak and renewal. Vince erasing Kelsey from his feed was not just a digital act. It was a symbol of a chapter ending with unresolved emotion. Morgan claiming her man was not just a bold statement. It was a declaration of intent to live without hiding. Time will decide whether the new relationship lasts or fades under the same spotlight that burned the last one apart. For now, the story remains alive in fan edits, late-night discussions, and endless debates about loyalty, love, and timing. BB27 may have ended on television, but for those caught in its emotional web, the game never truly stopped. It simply changed stages from the living room screen to the real world where victories hurt deeper and losses are felt without diary rooms to escape into. And so the chapter remains open. Vince stands at the center of judgment and desire. Morgan stands in confidence and controversy. Kelsey stands in quiet strength and healing. Three paths split from one explosive finale. One decision deleted, one love claimed, one heart left to rebuild. The aftermath did not fade, it only transformed. And the fans will remember this chapter as one of the rawest post-game storms
Big Brother 27 ended with fireworks, but nobody expected the real explosion to happen after the finale lights went out. Fans were still replaying the final vote when a new storm hit social media. Vince erased every photo of Kelsey from his feed without warning. One refresh and she was gone. No captions removed slowly. No quiet archiving. Everything disappeared at once, and the entire fandom felt the shift instantly. At first, fans believed it was a glitch. Then, screenshots started spreading from earlier that same day, proving the photos were real just hours before. By midnight, Kelsey no longer existed on his profile. The message felt sharp and final. Something had broken, and it was broken beyond repair. Kelsey did not speak at first, but her friends did. Stories appeared with words about betrayal, healing, and walking away from pain. Fans read between every line. The silence from Kelsey only made the heartbreak feel heavier. People who once celebrated the couple now mourned what looked like a real ending. Then Morgan stepped forward and everything changed again. During a late-night live stream, she looked into the camera with steady confidence and said, "He is mine now, and I am done hiding." That single sentence spread across every fan page within minutes. The fandom erupted in disbelief and anger and support all at once. The timing shocked everyone. Vince deletes Kelsey, and Morgan claims him on the same night. Many believed it was planned. Others said it was emotional coincidence. Either way, the message was loud and impossible to ignore.
The triangle that haunted the season had followed the house guests into real life. Insiders soon revealed that Vince and Kelsey tried to fix things after the finale. They met in private and talked through doubts and insecurities. They hoped time away from cameras would help them heal. But trust, once broken, is difficult to rebuild when millions are watching your every move. Morgan never fully left the picture. Though she publicly wished them happiness, she stayed in touch with Vince. Their bond that began through strategy and late-night talks in the house never fully faded. What started as emotional support slowly deepened into something neither could deny. The breaking point came after a private disagreement that turned public. Kelsey was seen leaving an appearance visibly shaken. Hours later, the photos vanished. The digital erasure confirmed the emotional split long before words were exchanged. Morgan's bold declaration shocked even those closest to her. Some believed she acted too quickly. Others praised her for choosing honesty over hiding. She said she fought for him in the game, and she would fight for her happiness in real life as well. Vince said nothing. No statement, no apology. His silence became louder than any confession. Fans split into sides with fierce loyalty. Some defended his right to move on, others accused him of emotional betrayal. Days later, Kelsey finally spoke. She wrote that love built under pressure does not always survive in real air. She said she walked away with dignity and wished everyone peace. After that, she disappeared from social media for nearly 2 days. During her absence, photos leaked of Morgan and Vince together at a private party. They were close and comfortable. No clear affection, but enough to confirm what many feared or hoped was true. The new reality had begun. Fans divided instantly. Some called Morgan disrespectful. Others saw her as fearless. Some judged Vince harshly. Others said he followed his heart. The BB27 family fractured along emotional lines. Former house guests also weighed in with mixed reactions. Some sent support to Kelsey for her strength. Others cautiously congratulated Morgan. A few stayed silent, refusing to join the storm. Behind the drama, real consequences unfolded. Kelsey stepped back from public appearances. Morgan leaned into the spotlight. Vince struggled under heavy public scrutiny. Every step they took became part of the story. Fans rewatched old moments from the season, searching for signs they missed. Glances, conversations, and tension were reinterpreted as clues of what was always coming. The game began to look like prophecy. Weeks later, Kelsey returned with a quiet post of a sunrise and the words, "New chapter." Morgan and Vince appeared together at a charity event, holding hands. No announcement was needed. The image said everything. Morgan later said she chose happiness even when it made others uncomfortable. Vince admitted he made mistakes but wouldn't apologize for following his heart. Kelsey remained silent, and in that silence, many saw strength. BB27 ended on television, but its emotional aftermath continues to ripple through real lives. One deletion ended a chapter. One declaration began a new one, and one heart continues to heal away from the noise.